It is safe to say that you are considering how to get a bigger butt. You're not the only one. Actually, in excess of 20,673 butt increase techniques were acted in 2018 alone. A developing number of people are going under the blade to give their buttocks a lift. Shockingly, these systems aren't simply costly, however excruciating as well. Inconveniences run from draining and contamination to scarring, asymmetries, fat rot, and liquid gathering. As a lady, you need a round, firm butt that knocks some people's socks off and glances astonishing in thin pants. In case you're a person, you realize that having large solid glutes will adjust your body and increment your sex bid. Fortunately, medical procedure isn't your solitary choice. Straightforward stunts, for example, trying different things with various squat varieties and including a butt day to your training schedule, can normally lift and fortify your glutes. The key is to work your buttocks from each edge and eat for your objectives. Sweat on and set those muscles to work. Become acquainted with your glute muscles. Above all else, ensure you see how your glutes work and what their job is. Your buttocks comprise of 3 muscles that work synergistically. These include gluteus maximus, the biggest muscle in your body and the fundamental extensor of the hip. Gluteus medius, which folds over to the front of your hips. Gluteus minimus, a little muscle set underneath the gluteus medius. Gluteus maximum. Every one of these muscles has an alternate job. The gluteus maximus adds to the appearance and state of your hips and goes about as an extensor of the hip joint. You're utilizing it when you climb steps, run, squat, kick your leg in reverse, etc. Preparing this muscle will cause your butt to seem firmer and rounder while forestalling listing. Gluteus medius. The gluteus medius permits you to flex, turn, and expand your hip. It's the main gluteal muscle that can be obvious from the front, yet just when it's all around created. In the event that you need to cause your hips to seem more extensive, work this muscle all the more frequently. A powerless gluteus medius can expand injury hazard and add to patellofemoral stress disorder, iliotibial band erosion disorder, back agony, and different conditions that can influence your health and exercise execution. This muscle is a significant hip stabilizer and the most grounded hip abductor in your body. Basic exercises, for example, seated hip abductions, lateral band walks, and side lunges, can help fortify the gluteus medius, which thusly will make your butt look greater. Gluteus minimus. The gluteus minimus is a fan-molded muscle that adds to hip flexion, kidnapping, and augmentation. Notwithstanding its little size, it works likewise to the gluteus medius. It permits you to lift and turn your thigh, balances out the pelvis and hip, and goes about as a flexor. There are a few other littler muscles in the gemelli, back area, quadratus femoris, obturator externus, and including the piriformis. Most glute exercises will by implication work these muscles also. To get a bigger butt, center for the most part around the gluteus maximus and gluteus medius, yet don't disregard the gluteus minimus. Like most pieces of your body, your butt has a layer of fat. This adipose tissue covers your gluteal muscles. Ladies commonly convey more fat in the back district than men because of their high estrogen levels. Fat conveyance differs starting with one individual then onto the next and relies upon hormones, way of life propensities, hereditary qualities, and different elements. A few ethnicities, for example, African Americans, will in general store increasingly fat on the buttocks. This sort of fat can really improve your booty and make it look all the more engaging. A lot of it, then again, will have the contrary impact. All things considered, you need to get a round, shapely butt, not one that opposes gravity and looks too huge contrasted with the remainder of your body. In all actuality, you can't spot lessen fat. Going through hours on the treadmill won't give you the booty you're after. Resistance training and cardio can assist you with losing fat generally, which thus will prompt a progressively adjusted build. Is it accurate to say that you are trying to figure out how to get a bigger butt? Adjust your exercise routine. Since you know how your glutes work, it's an ideal opportunity to change your diet and exercise schedule. Getting firm, round buttocks involves building muscle in the back district. In case you're marginally overweight, lose the additional fat. Your workout routine ought to incorporate compound and disconnection moves that connect every one of the 3 gluteal muscles. Include stair climbing, sprints, and other high-intensity moves to your training to shed difficult fat. For a larger and firmer butt without medical procedure, you have to focus on every gluteal muscle. Be careful that squats alone are insufficient to shape your butt, so disregard the 30-day squat test and different wellness fads. As we've referenced before, the way to building a greater butt is to hit your glutes from each edge. Compound exercises assist work with massing and quality, while seclusion developments lift and shape your buttocks. How about we separate the most significant exercises for each gluteal muscle? Gluteus maximus exercises. A 2016 discovery highlighted in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy evaluated the impacts of a few restorative exercises on most extreme initiation for the gluteus. The unrivaled bit of this muscle has been appeared to react best to developments that join hip kidnappings or potentially outer revolutions. Another study has discovered that changed single-leg squats were the best for hamstring and gluteus maximus conditioning. The barbell hip thrust, then again, actuates these muscles to a more noteworthy degree contrasted with the back squat, as indicated by the Journal of Applied Biomechanics. Attempt these exercises for a bigger butt. Alternating lunges. Side lunges. Stationary lunges. Weighted walking lunges. Reverse hyperextensions. Barbell hip thrusts, single leg hip thrusts. Glute bridges, single leg bridges. Deadlifts. Farmer squats. Kettlebell swings. Squat jumps. Single leg squats. Bulgarian split squats. Goblet squats. Sumo squats. Front squats. Barbell back squats. Gluteus medius exercises. A 2011 discovery distributed in the American Journal of Sports Medicine has distinguished the best exercises for the gluteus medius. The side-lying hip abduction, single leg and double leg bridges, stool hip rotations, and resistance knee flexions appear to work best. Here are other butt-building developments that work this muscle. Donkey kicks. Quadruped hip flexion. Mini band squats. Mini band hip external rotation. Cable standing lateral raises. Lateral leg raises. Monster walks. Lateral band walks. Side-lying clams. Clamshells. Side-lying hip abduction. Gluteus minimus exercises. As indicated by a 2017 discovery distributed in the Journal of Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy, the hip hitch and its varieties evoke the best muscle action in both the gluteus medius and gluteus minimus. The clam exercise is by all accounts the least powerful. In another study, resisted hip abduction extensions delivered the most noteworthy muscle action levels in the gluteus minimus. Single leg squats, side-lying hip abduction exercises, and single leg bridges have demonstrated compelling as well. Remember these exercises for your routine to actuate the gluteus minimus. Side-lying hip internal rotation. Quadruped hip flexion. Lateral band walks. Band clamshells. Mini band squats. Side-lying hip abduction with dumbbells. Seated, lying hip internal location at the cable machine. Seated, standing, lying hip abduction. Single leg side bridges. Hip hitches. Try not to be hesitant to utilize weights. The general purpose is to challenge your muscles into development. Bodyweight exercises may work for a beginner, however not for intermediate or advanced lifters. Crush your glutes as close as conceivable during each exercise. On the off chance that you do it right, you should feel them consuming. Utilize appropriate lifting structure to remain injury-free and take advantage of your workout. Use one leg at a time. As you see, a considerable lot of the exercises recorded above include only one leg. One-sided training permits you to confine explicit muscles, write uneven characters, and abstain from abusing the prevailing side. It likewise brings down your danger of injury and gives you more command over the development. Forward lunges, one-legged deadlifts, side lunges, pistol squats, single-leg squats, and box steps are only a couple of instances of one-sided glute exercises. One-leg hip thrust disengages certain gluteal muscles, and fixes irregular characteristics in strength and posture. You can likewise apply this procedure when preparing your chest, arms, or shoulders. Just include single-arm rows, single-arm chest presses, or single-arm dumbbell shoulder presses to your daily schedule, contingent upon the muscles that are being worked. As per a 2010 discovery distributed in the Journal of Sport Rehabilitation, single-leg squats lead to more noteworthy initiation of the gluteus medius contrasted with customary squats. The last creates higher muscle movement levels in the quads. A later study thought about the impacts of one-sided and respective plyometric training on strength, jumping performance, and maximal force. One-sided lower body plyometric training has demonstrated progressively compelling at improving isometric leg press maximal force, jumping performance, explosive strength, and muscle power compared to bilateral exercises. One-sided training can take your workouts to an unheard of level. You'll manufacture more grounded glutes and legs as well as improve your lifting structure and physical execution. Two-sided exercises are progressively productive for generally speaking quality. One-sided developments yield better outcomes as far as athletic execution. Consider training each leg in turn to augment your booty gains. Without a doubt, you don't need to apply this technique to every single exercise. For instance, rather than performing barbell back squats, do Bulgarian split squats. Complete 2 times the glute exercising. Another technique you can utilize is to work your glutes 2 times per week. In a perfect world, work these muscles that day you're training legs and a second time a couple of days after the fact. Most butt building exercises connect with the quads, hamstrings, and other leg muscles. Along these lines, it's hard to totally disconnect your glutes and devote them an entire day. The key is to be imaginative with your exercise schedule. Work your legs of course, yet start with glute exercises. Pick 3 to 5 exercises from our rundown and complete up to 5 sets, 12 to 15 reps for every set. Work your glutes again following 3 days or somewhere in the vicinity. If you are training legs, incorporate exercises, for example, stiff leg deadlifts or hack squats, front squats and basic squats in your workout. These exercises, notwithstanding training the quadriceps and hamstrings, additionally in a roundabout way work the glutes. On the off chance that you are training seriously with substantial weights, the glutes will truly develop from a mass-building leg workout. In case you're lacking in time, fuse glute exercise moves into your high-intensity interval training workout. Do it 3 or 4 times each week. For instance, you could attempt the accompanying glute high-intensity interval training routine. There's nothing more needed than a couple of moments. Step-ups with kickback 30 seconds. Rest 30 seconds. One-legged TRX squat 30 seconds. Rest 30 seconds. Side shuffles 30 seconds. Rest 30 seconds. Cable kickbacks 30 seconds. Rest 30 seconds. Kettlebell swings 30 seconds. Rest 30 seconds. Squat jumps 30 seconds. Rest 30 seconds. Walking lunges with dumbbells 30 seconds. Rest 30 seconds. Box jumps 30 seconds. Rest 30 seconds. This sort of workout will get your heart rate through the rooftop. It shapes your glutes as well as consumes fat and kicks your digestion into overdrive. High-intensity training is a demonstrated method to burn fat without losing lean mass. The squat will shape your glutes and construct in general strength. Tom Platz, for instance, had the best legs in weight training history on account of this exercise. He suggested learning legitimate form, at that point including intensity. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips, information and advice from Wellness World.